Yeah, so we're in class right now, and continue working on the Bohemian Hostel in Barcelona. So what are you up to, Declan?
Just doing a detail section of one of our windows.
Cool.
So that's kind of how it looks, and then we're just cutting through it.
Yeah, and adding the features that Declan wanted to add, which was the EVA illumination on the window, the high moisture resistance, and high UV protection. I'm continuing. I'm doing the folded plate system on the ceiling. I'm still doing that on all the floors. Here's Grant, David. What are you up to?
Trying to. So in our last checkpoint, the one of the issues we found was that our entrance area wasn't pronounced enough. So I'm trying to come up with some little design to, kind of draw people in a little bit more. Just working with some different shapes here.
Nice. Looks pretty good so far. That's what I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah, looks pretty good. We're gonna get back to it. All right. Design development phase of more than 50% of the project already done. Basically showcasing what we progressed over the last week, and the other section before this, you saw the time lapse of us working all night, and now it's already the morning. We already presented, so I don't know if you guys want to give your input, because you got a lot of good input during the jury.
Yeah, so this time around we started doing a lot more with the interior and figuring out how we want to lay out our spaces, how we want them to feel and look. So our first image here would be a representation of the lobby space. So we have a nice marble granite floor, something like that. Our little green wall here, living wall behind our check-in counter right there, just some artistic mural to bring some life into the space, and our folded plate ceiling system. Down here is another interior image. You kind of see the same ideas carried over to here, similar floor. Ceiling is a little bit different with ceiling clouds. Just drop down to kind of lower the ceiling a little bit and hide what we have up above there. And you can see the vast views that we have. This is what it might look like outside on one of our terrace patio areas. One of the main things that we want to have is a huge amount of greenery on our building, as you can see throughout our images, because we have a pretty small site and there's not a lot of room to do much with it around the site, so introduce it into the building.
Yeah, so whether adding greenery to reduce the heat and reduce the all the, the air quality and the conditions of living space inside. And, along with the interior perspectives, you also have the exterior, the front facade of the building. So you can kind of see there how entering the lobby would be to even the store as a whole glass facade. And then the floor plans, how we have them stacked differently. So it goes going like this. And then we have a total of 18 floors, with the top being the roof. And the first two are the lobby, store, dining room, and pub. And then the other ones following along those lines are the rooms for the hostel. And then in the middle, we have in the middle section of the laundry and infirmary, everything that, the rooms would possibly need. And yeah, it was a pretty good presentation. Declan, I don't know if you want to give a few words about the section you did.
Yeah, so in this section we kind of get to see the makeup of the walls and our structure. You get to see how for such a tall building we need piles which go pretty deep into the ground to make sure our building isn't going anywhere. So yeah, and I have labeled here just all the different things within the wall. So mainly just a post and beam structure, and then lots of insulation, and we have the concrete cladding panels, which you can see on the outside of here. And then also you can see in our ceiling here that folded plate system, which David talked about up here in our lobby space. So this is a section cut through this space here, and that just shows more detail of everything.
So we still have a little bit to do with the site development in the back area, with idea, finding what to actually put there and how to have it organized. But we kind of have a rough idea of what we're gonna do, but we still have to develop that even more. And for the interior spaces, at least, we have like a solid idea of how we're gonna have them set out and laid out. So it could be a welcoming area and also like a eye catcher to anyone new coming there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this presentation. And the next 50% is coming along in the upcoming week. And yeah, you'll see that progress then. All right, see ya. last part, the last phase, the final whole gathering, the final thing, the final swoop, as you would want to call it, of the whole model, the whole concept, the whole narrative, the whole entire project finalized here. We named the building Noche Verde, which in Spanish translates to English as Green Night. Could be like a soldier, in the night, or it could be just talking about the details and the type of coloring that we have, because there's a vegetation which gives life, and it also symbolizes that greenness to it. But yeah, David, if you want to run through it real quick.
Yeah, so we just wanted to emphasize a lot of green space all over the building, because our site is really, really small, and there's not really a whole lot of room, and it's mostly hard surface. So we wanted to bring some of the soft surface into the entire building on the outside and in. So we have the model, and then we have our poster with everything on it.
Yeah, from the facades, you can see the different treatments we added, from the concrete panels on the side to give the different dimension, different feel, and different character to the facades, and also the glazing. I don't know if you can get the image of it. Yeah, you can see the glazing here, which is on the side, but you can see it more in depth in the structure and how it's fully made. And the concept we came out with a shape from the site and how we developed it fully, as a group, taking step by step, and how we came out together and to form stacking, reflecting all our terms that we had, but overall using the main term, interfusion. And then you can see different renders that we have, post-processed and just rendered, and the structure we had, and the floor plans over there if you want to see it, and underneath the name. And then the type of sustainable structures that we had, and interior renders, elevations. And yeah, I think that's the full group. We're here. We're here. We everyone just collaborated. We formed like a brothership between us, and we came out with I personally think one of the best projects I've ever seen. But that's just my personal opinion. And you can see it here. You can see you can come and visit Penn College. You see it yourself. They'll still be here. But yeah, overall, this has been like a full documentary. You can also call it as like phases of how the beginning concept phase to the design development, and also the other phases, and to lead up to this final phase. So yeah, the animation I'll incorporate in this too. But yeah, good job guys. And that's it. Alright, and we got Grant making the use of our chair.
What's up?
What are you eating right there? Popcorn. Nice, dressed up and everything because he just presented with us. Nice.
Good morning.